So people are always going to let you know that that you're doing all right, that you're on the right track. Not in the way that you think, though. You are rarely ever going to get clapped on the back for your whatever it is you're working on, whatever your progress is. Rarely, I teach on here all the time, you guys do not need to be seeking validation. You should not be looking for attaboys. That's not the reason you're doing what you're doing. You're doing this for you, whatever your journey is, whether it's weight loss, financial, professional, whatever it is you're working on, whatever your big dragon you're trying to slay is, that's for you, and that's your business, and you're working on that for you. That's the most important thing. But a lot of you guys think it's important to be seeking validation, that it's like you're doing it to impress people or do it for an audience or whatever, and that's not the case. Whatever goal you're working on, it needs to be for you. You need to be doing it for yourself. Take care of number one, right? Not that the people that depend on you can't benefit from that, as they should, but first and foremost, it's always for you. But a lot of you guys go into it and you expect, one, you're telling people about it, which also I say you should not do. You don't need to go around telling people, I'm trying to, lose 70 pounds of fat. You shouldn't be going around telling people, oh, I'm trying to start a business. I'm trying to do a career change. I'm trying to do this, fix my relationship, all of that crap. None of it's anybody's business. Keep it to yourself. Let people see the result. But you're still expecting people to notice, and you're still expecting to get attaboys and confirmation and validation that you're doing the right thing. And you shouldn't be looking for that, but you're going to get that confirmation anyway, typically. Especially if it's something that is like a physical, visible improvement in your life. So, where do we always start? Because what's the most important thing is your health, and your fitness, and your body, and taking care of yourself in a physical sense. Well, that's easy to notice. People are going to see it because it's out front and center. If you're 250 pounds and you drop down to 225 pounds, people are going to see that. And you'll get some people who, oh, hey, I see you're losing weight. You'll get some of that. Especially at first, when it's not a whole lot, you'll get some good positive feedback now and then from friends, co-workers, family, mom and dad, wife, kids, whoever. But then it starts getting to a point, the further you go, it kind of freaks people out. It kind of scares them a little bit. It kind of makes them self-conscious about what they're doing and what you're doing compared to what they're doing. And when people feel discomfort in that, they don't even intend to do this, I don't think, 90% of the time, or half the time at least. I think they're subconsciously doing this. And they even believe what they're saying, but it really is not coming from a positive place. I know I was always a big guy. I was always, hey, big man. I've always been a bigger dude since I graduated high school. I've never been a particularly lean guy, skinny guy, whatever. Definitely not like I am now. I was always one of the bigger guys around, height and weight wise. I don't think I've been under 200 pounds. I think I hit 200 pounds in high school and never looked back till I was in my 40s. So I was always big guy, hey, big guy, you know what I mean? That whole kind of thing. And a lot of it was fat. I was, definitely, even when I was in pretty decent shape in my younger days, there was always body fat there. And so I always got that. And then when I started to lose that, when I finally kicked myself in the ass and started working toward my goal, which I still have not fully reached yet, and I never will. I'm always going to view myself as a work in progress. I noticed at a certain point, the positive feedback started turning into negative feedback. People either giving you backhanded compliments, like, you sure you're feeling all right? Like, you're doing really, you're losing a lot of weight. You sure you're feeling all right though? Man, you're like too skinny. Oh, you're gonna get to a certain point, and you're gonna weigh less than whatever. You know, I know guys who have a woman in their life who's maybe on the thicker side, right? And they get on the weight loss goal and she's not, and start getting comments like, oh, you're gonna weigh less than me soon. Things like that. And you'll start hearing these things, and some guys will take that as, oh my God, am I doing too much? They'll start second guessing themselves. They'll start thinking like, have I lost too much weight? Am I too skinny? This, that, or the other. And you need to look at that as those comments, and those, unless you're like full on, you're have an eating disorder and you're losing tons of muscle on top of losing fat and all this kind of stuff, you're doing it the wrong way. You know, you always need to be evaluating, is your strength going down? Are you feeling bad? But if your strength is staying the same or even gaining, or if you're like the strength losses are even like minimal, because really you shouldn't lose much strength on a weight loss journey if you're eating right and you're working out, which you should be doing. But if you have been like literally starving yourself, eating very slight calories, and you're not sleeping well and you feel like crap, if you feel, you might need to reevaluate. But if you feel good, you're looking good, you're doing good in the gym, everything like that, you're probably just losing body fat, and so that means you're on the right track. Now, whether you have a lot less muscle than you thought you did and you're losing a lot more weight than you thought you did, that's just you overestimating, or underestimating rather, how much weight you had to lose, which is your fault, past you's fault, and you just got to keep working and keep building muscle. But as long as you're hitting these markers, like you're getting checked up at the doctor once a year, getting blood work done, everything's looking good, you're feeling good, you should be feeling even better the more weight you lose. Your energy's not going in crazy down, you're not losing strength, you're on the right track. As long as you're hitting these markers, you're on the right track. So you can just assume everything that you're hearing from people as far as negative feedback goes about your appearance, about your weight loss, fat loss journey. It's really fat loss. It's not just weight loss. I need to stop calling it weight loss. It's really about fat loss. But as far as you're going on that journey, any of that criticism that you're getting, it's not coming from a pure-hearted place. It's coming from a place of insecurity in a lot of these people. It's coming from, they don't want to see you doing better than them. Because a lot of people, most people walking around don't want to see people doing better than them, because it just reinforces to them that they're on a bad path. And now people are starting to level up around them, and they're not willing to put in the same amount of work that you are. So whenever you get these kind of comments, keep that in mind. Keep in mind that it's them projecting their insecurities onto you and trying to sabotage you and make you second guess yourself. And even if they're not, even if that's not really the intent, you should view it that way anyway and use it as motivation. Like, not to turn you into an asshole like narcissist or anything like that. That's not what the intent is. But whatever you got to do to find a way to motivate yourself. Not that you're any better than anybody, but just keep it in the back of your mind. Like, this person probably wants to see me fail. Probably doesn't believe I can take this thing all the way to the level that I'm trying to achieve. And keep going. Keep going. Just absorb that negative feedback and turn it into something positive for your motivation. And that goes with anything in life. That doesn't just go for your fitness and health journey, but that's, like I said, the most important thing. If you got problems in your life, the number one thing that you need to start focusing on, most importantly, first and foremost, is get your body right. Get your health right. Because the better you look, the better you feel, the healthier you are, the more dialed in you are on your diet and your workouts and everything. All the other factors just magically find this way to start falling into place. And that does come from you having more confidence and more energy and more self-worth. And that bleeds into the other aspects of your life and gives you the discipline to start fixing your other problems. But if it's money stuff and you're starting to, look into finding ways to level up in your career, or you're starting side hustles or doing things like that, and you're finding the confidence to do that, and people find out about it, which, like I said, they shouldn't hear it from you. Keep these things to yourself. But if people start to notice you working on projects and things like that to enhance your life, get you out of your 9 to 5, whatever it is, they'll start throwing, disqualifying comments at you. Like, oh man, it's risky. You should. Oh, are you sure you want to do that? Or that market's oversaturated, and without doing any research whatsoever, they're just talking out of their ass. Are you sure you need to be doing this? And blah blah blah. And they'll just try to derail you off your path. And if you're seeing results and it's something you've tested the market and you're slowly building an audience, or you're actually building something, you can see it starting to work. Don't take that criticism to heart. Stay focused and stay on the path. You're gonna have naysayers. You're gonna have doubters, even from people close to you. It's normal. It's okay. And don't hate them for it. Don't hate them. Don't look at them in a bad light. Just, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the feedback, and keep chugging along. Just keep working, keep grinding, keep getting to the goal, keep hitting, hopefully, benchmarks. Hopefully you got some benchmarks you need to be hitting, and you can validate what you're doing is right on your own means. You don't need external validation from other people. Or I see it with guys who are trying to get a degree, trying to take some kind of certification for their career, things like that. I've literally seen it with my own eyes to other people, and I've had it happen to me. Oh man, that thing's a lot of work. I don't know. You just have so much on your plate. You sure you want to be focusing on that? You got kids and stuff you need to worry about. Oh, that stuff's expensive to do. Any kind of disqualifier that they can throw at you. But just remember where you were, who was disqualifying, or who was giving you negative feedback when you were down and out. Just remember that stuff. When I was fat, no one ever pulled me aside and said, "Hey man, you're getting fat. You need to chill out. You need to start looking at your health, and you need to start looking at getting better." Nobody. Really, I'm thinking about it. The more I sit and I think about it, I try to think of examples of when people were pulling me aside when I was out of shape and telling me that I was fat and I was on a bad path and tried to help me out. Nobody pulled me aside. Nobody told me, "Hey, you need to start watching your weight. You need to start watching the way you eat. You need to start exercising more." But now that I've lost 100 pounds, everybody's got a comment about it. Everybody's got a reason why I need to slow down. Everybody's got a reason why I don't look the way I used to, and it just frankly bothers them. And I'm at peace with that. Let them have their comments. These are things you got to be thinking about whenever you hear these comments from people that are trying to offer their input and give their 2 cents. Like, oh, are you sure you want to quit drinking? That's another one. Quitting drinking, man. You could be an outrageous drunk and you're just the life of the party to everybody. No one's going to get you to stop. You know, maybe like if you're causing harm on people in your family, some of them might. But if you're like a party animal guy and you're drinking all the time, like that's culturally accepted. Everybody thinks it's awesome and hilarious and it's a good time and blah, blah, blah. But then the minute you stop drinking, you're no fun anymore. Like that was your whole personality. Like outside of being a drunken ass, you bring nothing else to the table. Like your personality's flat unless you got a bunch of alcohol in you. Nobody was stopping me when I was drinking. Nobody was making comments about it. Everybody thought I was a great time, a great hang. But now that I'm not drinking, I notice I don't get a lot of calls from certain friends of mine anymore. Because that was like my whole personality to them. That was where they got value from me, was just partying and drinking with me. Corey's always got beer in the house. Let's go over there. But now that I quit drinking, hey, you know what, dude? You're no fun anymore. You don't drink anymore. You don't eat like shit anymore. You know, I'm still the same guy. I'm still capable of a great conversation. I'm still a great hang. I just don't get drunk when I do it. I just don't eat like shit when I do it. When I'm out with you, hanging out. And it's just, you know what? If that's what the whole relationship was me keeping you comfortable by living like a degenerate, which I was to an extent, then I guess that relationship doesn't need to carry on anymore. It's totally fine. I'm at peace with that. And you should be too. So just keep these things in mind. People are always going to let you know you're on the right path, just not in the way you want. And that path is going to lead you to new beginnings, new horizons, new relationships, new people that are on your program or a similar program and value the same things in life as you. So keep keeping in there, hang in there, keep on your goals, keep grinding, keep working. Don't let negative comments derail what you're doing. Don't let them make you second guess yourself. You just got to keep doing the work, and it'll weed out the bad influences and the people who really don't see the real you in your life, and it will open new doors and bring in new relationships. I promise you that. So that's what I'm gonna leave you guys with today. Leave a comment, hit like, subscribe. Let me know if you've had the same experience with people, you know, leaving negative comments, or if you're discouraged or anything. Just hit me up. I'll leave my my X account, Twitter, whatever, link down below so you can DM me if you guys need any help with anything. And I'll catch you in the next one later.